Hello, this is Blakey Crow. I'm going to chart the chords for the hymn Rock of Ages. But first, let me just play the song like it's written, and then I'll play it again and play full chords. One reason I'm going to chart the chords is so that you'll be able to play the hymn as I was playing it that last time, where I'm actually playing full chords as I play. So now then, let's look at charting the chords for Rock of Ages, where we go through and analyze what chords are used in the song. Hello, this is Blakey Crow. I'm going to be doing a chord analysis for the hymn Rock of Ages. It is in the key of B flat. So the one chord, the B flat chord, contains the note B flat, D, and F. The four chord is the E flat, is the fourth note of the scale, is E flat, G, and B flat. The five chord, based on the fifth note of the scale, is the F. It contains the notes F, A, and C, but sometimes you'll see it's a seventh chord, so it would be an F7, F, A, C, and E flat. Now what I've done is I've already put some of the chords in, and I put these marks in where they're showing up just on every beat. To start with, let's just go through and name the chords for the main beats. It's 3/4 timing, so we're only going to put the chord names in. A discord is used to go from one chord to another. We could treat these chords between here as discords. They're really not a discord. Sometimes they are discords. They just usually get you from one chord to another. These are actually chords, but I'm going to just treat them as discords to start with. Then I'll go back and actually name them. So we're just going to actually look at the chords on each of the beats, beat 1, 2, and 3. Starts on beat 3. First we have a B flat, D, and F. B flat, D, and F. That's a one chord, a B flat. Looking at the first beat of the second measure, again we have B flat, D, and F. That's a B flat chord. Again, B flat, D, and F. And then for the chord on the third beat, that's also a B flat, D, and an F. There's a different chord that's between the third beat and the first beat of the next measure. We're not going to name those now. We're just naming the chords right on the beat. Then we have another B flat, D, and F. And the reason I'm just using these vertical bars is keeping this same B flat chord. If we just look at the chord that shows up on the beat, these are still B flats. They're still B flat, D, and F, B flat, D, and F, B flat, D, and F, B flat, D, and F. So all of these on the main beats are B flat, D, and F. However, between these, there are some other chords, but we're just naming the ones that show up right on the beats. Now it changes to an F. There's an F, an A, and a C. Of course, that's not an F for that part, but we're just naming the ones right on the beat. Here it's an F7. You have an F, A, C, and E flat. That E flat makes it become an F7. And then we're still holding this on this beat, but you look at the one in the middle, which is on the third beat. That's still, it's F, A, C, and E flat. That's still an F7. The one before and after may not be, but we're not concerned. We're just concerned with the ones right on the beat for now. Then it goes back to the B flat chord, B flat, D, and F. On beat 3, it's F, A, and C. It's an F again. Then it goes to F7. You have F, A, C, and the E flat is what makes that become an F7. This is actually an F, but since I have an F7, we could still play this as an F7. And then it goes to B flat, D and F, that's a B flat chord. A B flat, D and F, that's a B flat chord. On the last score, it's still B flat, D and F, B flat, D and F. On the beats, it's still B flat, D and F. Still B flat chords. On the beat, it's still B flat chords. It still is. And even though it puts some others in between, it stays B flat all the way until the very end. Well, you might wonder, well, why would I skip those others? Well, it depends on the type of accompaniment that you're doing with this. Let's look at an accompaniment here. For this one, we have some left-hand chords in. What we've done is we're using an octave chord pattern. In the left hand, we're putting an octave on the strong beat. It's strong, weak, weak in 3/4. You're playing an octave on the strong beat, a chord on the weak beat. So since I just put the chords in on the beats, that's why I was only concerned with the chords. And these others that fill in, that will be okay. It'll still work out. So we'll start out with a chord. We'll play an octave, a chord, and a chord, and then an octave, chord, chord. But since the main beats are B flats, it'll just stay a B flat octave and a B flat chord, B flat chord. Until we get to here, we'll play a B flat chord, but then you have to switch to an F chord to match these. Then for the second score, you'll have an F octave, you'll have an F chord, and an F chord. It goes back to B flat, B flat, B flat, but then it switches to an F, so you'll change from a B flat chord to an F chord. We'll do an F. I have an F, but it's an F7, but the 7 is showing up in the right hand. So you're still getting the F7 sound because it's showing up in the right hand. Then we have a B flat chord, B flat chord. And then the last score, it's B flats all the way, so you got a B flat octave, chord, chord, B flat octave, and B flat chords, B flat octave, B flat chords, B flat. Let's see what this sounds like. Playing this song. I didn't realize it. Part of it was off the screen. Let me do it again so you can see all the notes as it's being played. It actually jumped off on its own. Let's go back to the other version where we had the chords in. We was just putting the chords in on the beats themselves. Let's now go through and take it and put the chords in for the spots between the beats. This chord, you have an E flat, a G, and a B flat. E flat, G, and B flat is an E flat chord. So even though on the beat it was a B flat chord, this goes to an E flat. And then it goes right back to B flat. Let me take that slash out. And we'll leave it B flat, but then again here it goes back to E flat. But then it goes back to B flat. It's still a B flat. And then here we have an E flat, a G, and a B. We have an E flat, a G, and a B. So it's like an E flat chord, but there's an extra note there. There's E flat, G, and a B flat, but there's also a C. That makes it an E flat 7. Then it's back to a B flat. Now it's F, and with the F7 you have F, A, C, and E flat. Since you got the E flat there with it, that's going to be an F7. Then it's going back to the B flat, back to an F7, back to a B flat. It's F, A, and C, so that's an F. And then here we have a B flat and a D and an F. That's a B flat chord. It didn't let me finish that. I'll go back and put that back in. That's actually a B flat there. That should have had a B flat in that spot. Also, the screen jumped on me for some crazy reason. And come to here, we have an F7, and still it's an F7, and still an F7, so we can just leave that as F7. It goes to B flat, but then it switches to an F, but then after this F, it's going to go to another B flat chord. Then it goes to F7. It's still going to stay F7s for the rest of this measure. Back to a B flat. It's still a B flat, but on the last part of this, it switches to an E flat, which means we'll need to put this in here. It changed there to an E flat, so we got to come back to here and put in B flat again. It's still B flat. It's still B flat. Here it goes to E flat. And then back to B flat. It's still a B flat. Then it goes to the E flat 7 because you got an E flat, G, B flat, and C. Then back to B flat. We have an F7, F, A, C, and E flat. Then we have a B flat, and we're back to the F7. And then it ends with a B flat. So I changed these. One place it jumped and didn't let me put it in. Let me go back and put that spot in. Right here, it didn't let me put it in. But that was an F, but this was a B flat. All right, so what I did here was I put in the chords for everything. Now, if you're doing that arrangement you saw on the other one, what you would do was you would play that chord, but you would need to change to this E flat. And instead of playing just an octave chord, you would need to change the rhythm of the left hand so that you could actually get these other chords in on the second half of that beat each time. If you have any comments, let me know. Thanks for watching. For this other pattern over here we're playing, if you was playing this, you would actually be going to an E flat. You could actually change the left hand. You could go B flat chord to an E flat chord, and then back to your chording pattern. You'd play the B flat chord, and then quickly play the E flat chord with this. Play the B flat chord, go to the E flat 7, and you could just change that left hand with the right hand so it would fit if you're doing that. Or you could just play it like it is here, put the right hand part in, it'll still work for them singing. Thanks for watching.